So in this episode we're gonna have a look at the oil pan baffling that I've installed in my Volvo 740 race car and explain why I've chosen to go that way, and also show you some video of the different parts and what I'm considering for my dry sump system that I'm going to be installing in the future. But that's for the future, and this time it's the baffling. This video is going to be shorter than I had planned, because when I started to edit this video I found out that about half of the videos were corrupt, and I don't want to have to uninstall the parts again and reinstalling them again, since I've already needed to do that a couple of times since the last video because of mistakes that I made. But so we're gonna have to make do with what I got, and I'm gonna choose some other ways to explain what baffling does and the importance of it. So I just got some new fun parts for the car, and I just pulled out the oil pan, and it's a bit messy. It's been standing with the running oil and with E85 for a couple of years, so it's quite messy and chunky. So change your oil, and but that's not the important thing here right now. It's that I'm got some new parts, and this is the normal baffling for the oil sump, or the oil pan, depending on what you call it. And it might work when you drive it on the road, but for racing it's not good, because the pickup goes down in the hole here, and then it's quite large down here, so the oil, when you corner, the oil also accelerate, so brake and everything, the oil moves around a whole lot, so it moves away from the pickup, and that can lead to oil starvation and engine damage. So the new part I got is this cool oil baffle. So what it basically has is some baffling inside and these small tiny doors. So it's a really simple but very important piece. So it just goes down in there. Perfect. And it's made in stainless steel, and so it will probably last forever. So that's a good thing. Of course, a dry sump system is probably better, and that's coming in the future. The guy that makes this actually is gonna make some part for me for my dry sump system, but more on that later when those parts are finished. I found this picture online, and it describes what happens in the oil pan very good, so I'm gonna use it to explain why I got my baffling for my oil pan. So up here we have the oil pan and what happens in the pan when you turn left, and as you can see, the oil level drops, the oil moves to the right side, and here in the picture you have the oil pickup, and here you actually can get some oil still, so that's good. There might be a NASCAR yoke here somewhere,
But if you turn right, the oil moves away from the pickup. And here you have a huge risk of oil starvation, and with injured bearings and everything that follows that. And if you compare it, this is right turn, and this is also a right turn, but with the similar baffling that I got into my old pan. And you have these baffling walls here, and you also have these tiny flap doors down here, and it keeps the oil as close to the oil pickup as it can be. And these small doors, you can see the oil is moving to the right, as similar up here, and that makes the door on the left here close, but this tiny door here opens, so the oil on the right side can move in to the middle compartment here. And when you turn left, the opposite thing happens. So the oil still is in the compartment here, so it's probably something like this, still a lot more oil at the pickup. This oil can move in here, and this tiny door closes. So a simple explanation of what happens in the oil pan. So, and here you have the dry sump pump, and which is one of the more expensive parts for a dry sump system. And this basically is a pump with 5 separate pumps in it. So you call it this 5-stage pump. So it has 4 scavenge sections, which are the pumps that suck the oil out of the engine in these 4 ports here. And then they go out of this port here into the oil tank, and then the oil comes into this port here in the back. Here's the pressure pump, and that goes from this port into the engine. And what this also does is that it creates, it sucks so both oil and also the air inside of the crankcase of the engine. So it actually creates a vacuum in the side of the engine, which actually makes it, you can actually gain some horsepower out of that. And I have a sensor that measures the crankcase pressure, so it will both monitor the vacuum, but it will also monitor if there's some kind of leak, if the piston rings go bad or anything. So you have increased blow-by in the engine, so you can see if there's any damage to the piston rings and pistons or the cylinder bores or anything like that. So I hope you liked this episode, and coming up next is a video about me installing the electrical system. So it's going to be a more hands-on episode, and I hope you like that as well. So until then, stay safe, and bye for now.